Hey, how's it going? We're here for another Fielding 5, and I'm going to teach people today how to work on your own calves. Calves can get really tight, they can be bothersome. And so, what I'm going to show you is actually a yoga maneuver I was showing when I was in massage school. And the maneuver is where we take our shin, and we put our shin into our calf. And so, what I'm going to show you is, it matters how the placement of your shin, it matters. So up by the knee, you don't want to go too high up. You don't want to go too low. You could be on the tendons, but you can be up pretty high. Just make sure it's not too high. And you do want to play with the placement of your shin because you'll have different sorenesses all along the way. What I recommend first is just find somewhere in the belly that is going to be a little bit painful. And that's the idea about this whole thing is it's deep tissue, so it's going to be a little bit painful. You don't want it to be overly painful, and overly painful is when we're holding our breath. So if you do what I'm doing right now, if you put your shin in and you come down and you're like, you're like thinking this is awful, that's way too much pressure. I don't think you should do that. So you may want to come over to the side a little bit and brace yourself. Whatever you need to do to where you're able to breathe relatively comfortably. And you should feel a little bit of discomfort, but not so much that you're holding your breath. If you're holding your breath, that is when you're giving yourself too much pressure. So, get yourself into position. My knee pops quite a bit because it's doing great. Anyway, so yeah, we put our shin in the calf. We come probably to the side. I'm on my right side, so you might want to lean on your right. You might even want to lean way the other way, or you might want to balance with both hands over here on either side. But the point is to get your shin into your calf and then breathe at least 5 times. To where you breathe in nice and slow and then exhale. So breathe in. Twice. And the third time. You see how I'm rocking back and forth? I'm rocking back and forth because if I hold still, it's going to hurt too much. And the 4th time, breathe in. Then 5th time. Okay, so after the 5th breath, what you want to do is hopefully by then your calf has released a little bit and the initial pain, the initial sharpness has subsided and it's a little more dull. So what you want to do after you get a bit of release from the deep tissue is, I'm a huge fan of stretching, so you want to make sure you stretch your calf. So what you're going to do, push back gently into that calf, and then you may feel a stretch here. I like to put my foot around the back to even increase the stretch, and hold for at least 15 to 30 seconds. Once again, making sure that you're able to breathe comfortably. And of course, we're going to repeat this on the other side. I'll show you quicker on this side. So for the left, put the foot, your shin in place. Put your shin where you feel like it's good. Breathe 5 times. After breathing 5 times, make sure you stretch the left. And if you need more pressure, you can take your foot to your right one and slide it down like so, and that really helps increase that stretch. That's only if you want to. Many people may have plenty of a stretch with just rocking back like this. And then, so what I want to show too is real quick, off screen, I'm actually leaning against a bed. If you don't have a bed, maybe you have a foam roller, because going all the way to the ground might be, it might not be enough for the stretch. Raising your hands may be what you need, or we're going up a little higher even, and playing with the distance of your hands to the ground can really change the calf stretch. So those are my tips for how to get your calves nice and loose. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tip on how to work on your calves. This has been Fielding Steve Larson, and hope you enjoyed your Fielding 5 today. Happy healing to you.